So hey everyone, I just did posted the one on my dating one on POF now, so you can check it out. So now I'm going to discuss Tinder or Tinder as they call it. I'll call it Tinder just to be funny. So my foreign to Tinder is a little bit different actually. I actually joined a few years ago. Actually, Tinder's been around a long time apparently, but I actually joined it 2 years ago. Um, Funny story. So how I ended up joining it was really simply on a whim. I had a friend that I had been I was cool with for a while, and she had texted me out the blue because we hadn't talked in a while. And she was telling me, she was upset because her boyfriend, she caught her boyfriend cheating on her basically, but basically she caught him on Tinder, right? So she was explaining to me, telling me the story and whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, I caught my boyfriend on Tinder." Because she assumed I knew what the hell Tinder was. I had no idea what Tinder was. So I'm like, oh my god, like that's so bad. Like what? did... No, she said I got like my boyfriend's on Tinder, and I'm like, what's Tinder? Like, is it a disease? Like, do I have Tinder? Like, I don't know what the fuck Tinder is. So she explained what Tinder was. That was his dating site. She's like, oh, it's a really cool site, Michael. You should join it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to join Tinder now. I mean, you caught your fucking boyfriend that you've been on dating for like a month on there. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Good luck. So I didn't initially join. I was thinking about it for a few months, or for a few weeks actually, after she told me that, and then I just said, okay, I'll join. So I decided to join. So when I initially joined Tinder, I was on it for about 2 weeks. I didn't get one match actually for 2 weeks. I did talk to her for 2 weeks, and then I don't know. I just said I was gonna actually delete it. Funny enough, and then I ended up matching with and then I ended up matching actually with one girl on there, and then me and her started talking for a bit. So then I stayed on there, and I've been off and on Tinder for a while. I haven't stayed on there sustained a long time. I've probably deleted my profile like 6 times and joined, like most people have, because just something to do to kill time. Um, um, like I had met a few people on there. I don't want to sit here and say that I didn't meet a few people. I met one girl on there, and we really hit it off, and everything was really cool. And I thought we were gonna, things were gonna progress, and things just fizzled out at the end. For whatever reasons, it just fizzled out. So that kind of sucked, obviously. And then there's other instances where I've met there's a lot of fake profiles on there, so a lot of the matches that I get now are just the fake profiles. And meaning what I mean by fake profiles is like a girl, she has like a pretend profile, like she's really like a porn star or like a webcam model that rubs her vagina on camera and get guys have to pay to watch her on a webcam. So a lot of those profiles are on there. So I get a lot of those. Unfortunately, I've gotten a lot of those matches, unfortunately. So go figure. Um, but I was getting a lot of those. I don't really get them as much now because I'm not really on there. But when I was on there a lot, I mean, I went on a lot of dates actually through Tinder. Like a lot of when I really 2 years ago when I told you in previous blogs when I started really going out on dates. Um, I was going on them a lot of them through Tinder. Actually, I wasn't really going out on dates before that. So from that perspective, it was good. Um, but Tinder's I mean, I don't really take Tinder seriously to be really honest with you because most of the girls that are on there don't take it seriously. I mean, most girls that I've talked to on that have been on Tinder or that are on Tinder or was on Tinder, they basically joined because either their friends made them or they were bored one day, or half the time they don't even create the profiles. Like their friends will create the profiles and then they'll just kind of just be on it. And half the time it's not even their friends that even like the guys. Like their friends will like the guys and then they'll just talk to the guys because there's at least on 4 or 5 different occasions like the girls have told me, oh, I didn't even read your profile. Like my friend actually swiped right on you, and then I just started, and because she knows what I like, So I mean, I should start a business where we should me and my friend should start a business where we do that. Like we take over people's Tinder profiles and just like random people, and then just have them talk. We should do that. Maybe start a little business or something. But I thought that was. I mean, I was like, okay, that's interesting. I never heard of that, but whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, it just I don't know. Tinder's just. I mean, I like I said, I don't take it seriously because like I said, girls half the time they tell me that they have Tinder parties where they have like their bunch of girlfriends get together and they just swipe right or left on pictures all night. Like the majority of the girls swipe left on all the pictures anyway. So like girls will complain, oh, guys don't read my profile. They just look at my pictures and they just swipe right on them. Well, I'll tell you right now, from what I've seen, girls 9 times out of 10, all y'all do is swipe left anyway, which is means it's basically you swipe left or right. Right means you like the picture, left means you don't. And if you guys swipe right together, then you guys can actually talk. Which and so the principles of Tinder actually like because at least there's some level of interest in the person that you're liking or not. There's some commonality, at least to some degree, as opposed to POF where you're just randomly messaging people and then just hope that they respond. Um, but still, even still, like I don't get like girls don't message me back on Tinder any fucking way. I have more matches on Tinder, but I have a lot of matches on Tinder. But I'll tell you right now, 80% of them have never responded to my message. About 80% of them, where I've said, "Hey, what's up?" or "Hey, I read your profile," or "You seem really nice. I hope we can talk sometime." Nada, zero. And again, could be for a number of reasons. So I don't get really upset about it, but it is what it is. I understand that. So Um, it's just interesting, you know. And like I said, people are like, oh, he's like, oh, fuck Tinder and blah blah blah, and yet they're on it like every fucking day. To me, it's just like you have expectations that no guy on there can meet, So just don't have expectations. Just lower them. Not I wouldn't say lower them, but just don't have any. Like I go on Tinder and all these sites with absolutely no expectations. I go into it with a clear mind, clear heart, and just if I meet someone, then awesome. If I don't, then I don't you know but yeah, like I've had some, and I mean with Tinder messages, have I had any interesting ones? um haven't had really too many interesting messages on Tinder, like in terms of girls messaging me weird stuff. um Trying to think. No, I haven't had any of those actually. So yeah, so actually Tinder's been okay. It's just I'm not really on it that often, so I don't really and hopefully, I mean, when I am on it, I talk to people, but then my hopes is by the end of it, within maybe a couple of days or so, we end up exchanging numbers, then just talking that way. Sometimes I'll ask, sometimes they ask. It just depends. But my overall opinions on Tinder, it is what it is. I mean, some people use it to hook up, whatever. I mean, that's fine. I mean, some people are into that, some people aren't. Everyone likes what they like, man. So I mean, I don't really care either way. Like I'm not on there to solely get ass. I'm not looking at a hookup. But I mean, there was a period where I was just looking to have sex. I wasn't looking for a relationship. Now I would like to think that if I'm gonna, let's say, hook up or have sex with someone, I would like to hope that it leads somewhere. But I'm not on Tinder or any of those sites just to hook up. Like no, because I mean, you can't sustain that long term, in my opinion. You have your phases of that, but you can't continuously just do that because eventually it gets like worn out. Um, so then there's that element of it. Um, yeah, so that's my opinion on Tinder. And then there's Bumble that just kind of joined, that just kind of started. And I actually found out about this because I actually go to Second City, and I do improv there. And we hung out, and I do some improv there because it's fun for me. I enjoy doing it, something different. So I was out actually with some people that I did some improv with, and they were talking about their dating experiences. And one of these girls was talking about Bumble and how Bumble's cool and how she like opened it and then deleted it the same day because she was just like, this is stupid. And she so basically Bumble is similar to Tinder in that you swipe left, swipe right, but the difference with Bumble is the girl has to actually message you first, a guy first, in order for the conversation to continue. And she only has a day to do it. So if she doesn't, let's say if she matches with the girl, like let's say I match with a girl on Bumble, she has a day to message me back. If she doesn't message me within the day, it deletes. Now I can extend the match, but then it will delete if she doesn't respond. So there's that element of it, which I like. I actually like the premise of Bumble too, because now, girls complain how guys are this and guys are that. Now the power is in your hands, women. You have the power to determine whether you want to have a conversation with this gentleman or let that shit delete or just swipe left on the motherfucker altogether. You have the power, women. But some women don't even like that shit because they're like, I don't want to message a guy first, or all the guys are this, or all the guys are that. I'm like, God damn, women, we can't make y'all happy. Women, we can't make women happy. I've accepted this. I know this, but realizing, having people tell me about Bumble, it just you can't be satisfied regardless. Here's a site where it's giving you women the power to determine whether you want to talk to someone, and y'all are complaining about that. But it is what it is, I guess. I mean, Bumble's okay too. I mean, I've had some good conversations on there too. No weird messages at all on there, which is good. But I've probably had more matches with women that have actually expired than actual conversations with women on there, because usually they end up expiring the connections because they don't message me back. So you know, so that's that. Doesn't bother me. Again, when it comes to like dating and stuff like that, like I've said in previous blogs, so I won't belabor the point, but I just don't take. I just believe that if I'm meant to meet the girl of my dreams or my girlfriend or my future spouse, I believe that if she's not already in my life, I'll find her, and I'm not in any real rush. Excuse me, in any real rush or desire. Like I believe in letting the process work itself out, and whatever happens, happens, and that's just my approach. I don't get upset with these sites. Like some people are pissed off with like hate Tinder, hate Bumble, hate POF, hate all these dating sites, and yet they're on them or whatever. My thing is just don't join them if you don't like them. No one's forcing you to. I mean, and I think a lot of it too is because you have all these like you're dying to meet your spouse rather than just enjoying the process of meeting someone and getting to know someone. Like girls, like nowadays, for example, for me now, I will not go out with a girl after literally talking to them for one day, because a lot of girls, that's how they are. Some girls are like, I don't want to be endlessly texting you constantly, so we have to meet like the same next day after we started talking. And I'm not doing that anymore because I find like those girls are just like, okay, we meet once and we don't have a platform. We don't have enough to go off of. And we're just going off of literally like one conversation we've had that was literally 5 minutes. And now let's meet up. Which initially I was open to, but now I just like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know you enough. I don't even know you enough to even want to, like, I have to determine whether I even want to meet you in person. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I can't just meet you in person after talking with you for literally 5 minutes. Like, say, hey, how you doing? I'm fine. You're good? Good. Let's meet. Like that's basically the conversations I've had, and now I don't want to do that anymore because I just feel like it's a waste of time. I'd rather actually have a conversation with someone, build something, and then if we decide, hey, let's meet up, then I'm cool with that. But I don't want to just meet someone after literally one conversation. I'm not. I'm done with that. Not happening. I'm just no. I will not do that anymore. So, um, but a lot of women and people are like that. They're not patient. They don't want to let the process work itself out. And I'm just like, what are you in a rush for? There's no rush. Relationships take time to build anyway. They say that it takes like at least a year before you can really get to know someone anyway. You're not going to get, I mean, to me, to try to formulate an opinion about me after one date is silly because I'm very layered and different, and I mean, that's how, I mean, even when I go out on dates, I don't put any pressure on them. I don't try to sell myself to women. I'm not on a job interview. I think in years past, that's what I did. I tried to sell myself to women, and that's why those dates probably fizzled out. But now I don't do that. I don't feel the need to have to sell myself. I am what I am. This is me. If me, if you dating me is a problem, and what I have and what I bring to the table is a problem for you, and I don't fit what you're looking for, again, like I said, there's 6 million people in this city that you can go date. I'm not gonna lose any sleep because I barely sleep as is anyway. If you don't want to date me, but I'm not. It doesn't. It won't piss me off or upset me, because at the end of the day, you have to do what's in your best interest. And if I'm not in your best interest, then I'm not in your best interest. I've had many girls that I thought we hit it off and we clicked, and they just stopped talking to me. You know, like I mean, girls complain about how guys are fuck boys, and I don't want to date a fuck boy, and fuck boy this and fuck boy that. The amount of shit that girls have pulled with me, I could do a blog on just that alone, on how girls have dicked me around and did all kinds of shit. But I don't get affected or pissed off by it. The amount of girls that have asked me out on dates and said, "Hey, I really want to meet you. You seem like an amazing person," and the day comes and they disappear and I don't hear from them. There's girls that have been talking to me about how they don't want to date a fuck boy and they want a guy who's honest and isn't gonna date me and then date other girls. That same girl, after she said that, like about a week later, I'm on my BBM and she has a picture of this guy she's seeing on there. And mind you, we had been talking 2 days prior and she was telling me how much she liked me. But again, I mean, did that bother me? It did bother me, but for a day, I didn't get all pissy about it. I just, things like that.